Yeah. Dale and I work on stuff all the time with Joanne, and we work on stuff all the time. And this is just a couple of announcements. I want you to, I don't have a date for the first one, but I want to mention this to you. We've been working a lot with Arizona because we have a mutual border.
Yeah.
Huh? It's called the United States border.
Yeah.
And we want to stop it. We want to quit. I mean, ISIS, illegals, disease. We can just go on the list, the laundry list of people that we don't know coming across that border is absolutely astounding. And it's a danger to our society. Okay? We're going to have they're working on a Texas-Arizona Tea Party convention as we speak. That will be, hopefully, that will be in May or June. We already have, what their timing is and what they're looking for is to try to get Ted Cruz and Rafael Cruz for that statewide Tea Party convention there. And they want Texas, our Texas teams to be there in headline and help them get started and has actually invited us to be there. So we've been doing that. We've set up conference calls now for what a year and a half with Arizona, and my goodness, we're developing, we're expanding the network.
And what we need to do is have people who've witnessed things for their own selves to come there and give testimony at this convention. And it's not just for us. Bring your state reps with you, because they're the ones who will be passing the laws to help address that. So when we go, they get our back, we get their back.
Okay. All right, remember that. I'm going to be sending out, if you haven't gotten on that list back there, if you haven't signed up to get on our email bank, get on there. If you haven't signed up, if you haven't been on Facebook and social media, you need to get on there, because that's how we communicate. So get on that list back there. Okay. Another thing that we're working on, you're going to like this. We've got, in October, it's tentative right now, in October the 24th, we're going to have the Come and Take It March. And I don't know if any of you have ever heard of Ranch Road 337. Ranch Road 337 is exactly about 120 miles due west of where we are standing right now. And it's called the Swiss Alps of Texas. Okay? There's hills there that you have problems seeing the top. But we're working on October the 24th, actually 23rd, 24, and 25, of having grassroots Tea Party teams come over and actually just do a walk. We can do a relay. We can get grassroots teams. We can get, and the big thing is we'll get other people that we don't normally touch to come and walk with us and walk in this as a kind of a tournament type atmosphere, where they can actually walk, and we'll do trophies and things of that nature. We're working on New Balance shoes being a sponsor. We're working on Stripes. The convenience store over there is being a sponsor. And Michael Sullivan said that the Empower Texans would love to participate in that. We want your team there. We'll start on Friday night, hopefully with Ken Paxton and Dan Patrick kicking it off Friday night, and then we're going to have a gentleman by the name of John Antel. John Antel he's a storyteller like you won't believe, and he's got the story of George Washington and the Christmas Day 1776 down. It'll make you cry. It's so he does it so vivid and so passionately. It's just beautiful. We're going to try to get him over there. Saturday we're going to actually do the walk, and then Saturday night we'll have a barbecue with Rafael Cruz to come in, and he'll be our guest speaker. Then Sunday morning before we leave, we're going to have Rafael do a sermon for us out in the hill country. So we're working on all of that now, and we've got Terry back here, Terry Dubois and her husband back there. They're going to help us over in Lakey. They live there. They know what that's all about, and we're going to be talking about that later. Now Dale has something to talk about what is it about the straw poll. Right, get with it.
Well, before I jump into straw poll, I'd like to mention Doc Green from Raging Elephants Radio is having an event on February 20th right here on the Capitol steps. It's Freedom Friday.
Freedom Friday.
Freedom Friday. It's to support
5,000 people.
He's looking for 5,000 people to come out here and make a statement. If you have any more questions about that, get with Doc Green back at the Raging Elephants live streaming booth and ask your questions. Now, Ray's brought me up here. about this time, 3 years ago, there was a group of Tea Parties in Houston that said, why does Iowa get all the press for a straw poll? Why do they get to set the agenda for who our leaders are? We didn't think that was right. So way back when we were just starting to find our legs as a movement, we got together and formed a team of folks and said, let's have a Texas straw poll. We rented Minute Maid Park.
Yes.
That's where the Houston Astros play their ball. It was a fantastic revenue. We had people who put their own personal fortunes on the line to do this. Some of them lost money. But all in all, we had about 2,500 people attend. We had the first and only ever since then text straw poll for all across Texas. So we actually had an in-person poll and we had a text poll. We had Ted Cruz. We had Andrew Breitbart. We had Herman Cain come. They supported what we were doing. Nobody knew who the hell we were. We're just a bunch of yahoos in Houston that are put together and say we're a Tea Party and we want to do this thing. Well, guess what, folks? We're going to put the band back together again. We want to do that again. We're looking in the October-November time frame, depending on when the facilities are available, when we think we can do it. But what we have now that we didn't have then, we know more people. The Tea Parties around Texas trust each other more than they did back then. We have access to politicians. We have access for people who have the finances and resources to pull this off where nobody has to go $20,000 in debt like some of our people did. I think that we can make a statement. Iowa just voted to hold another straw poll in August this year. If we can follow that up in a couple of months, because Texas primary is within 6 weeks of the first primary, we can give momentum to a conservative candidate or candidates. I think it's only one I think I'm talking about. Going into that thing, you know, going into the holidays where political activity slows down a little bit. And right before the primaries start up in January and February, we can make a statement again. So we're going to try it. We've got a short timeline. But the good thing is, I've got 900 emails that told me exactly how to do it. We've kept everything from the last time. We don't have to go reinvent the rock. We just have to go polish the stone. So be looking for more announcements on that. And we thank you very much. Thank you, Ray.